Hello everyone. Today is a little bit different than usual. Usually when I film a video, I've already had a go on making an alternative or a copy of it. But today, this is the first time making this card. Last time, I did a card using these Quiltessential cubes. And this was the waste left over, and I said I might make a card with them. So I thought, why not? So I went back and I still had a sheet of this nice Knitwits Lakeshore Cottage, which is the same one but with a blue. So I thought I could use that. And I used the gunmetal grey last time, so I've got a sheet of that. And an 8x8 card, because that's where I usually end up going quite large. So that's all I've got is the waste, some paper. I also grabbed the Sue Wilson Tropical Hibiscus. I thought that would go quite nicely, seeing as they're in the pattern as well. I think I've only ever used these once before, so we'll see how they go. And I've just got a load of my pierced squares, set A and B, ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do then is to cut out using my B4, this one is. It's just slightly bigger than the cutout. So when I say B4, what that means is it's from set B of the pierced squares, and it's the fourth one in. So I count number 1 being my largest, and I'll probably use that later on. Okay, so now we've got a nice panel cut with a pierced square. So that was B4. So if I go to my A set, I should find one which is just slightly bigger. So it's an 1/8 of an inch bigger than this one. Now before I cut this one out, what I'm going to do is put some sticky sheet onto some cardboard. I've got some white here, so I want it to be, so this is my A4, so set A, fourth one in. I'm just going to cut it slightly bigger than the die. This is the toughest bit of the whole card. Getting the sticky sheet. There we are. So I'm attaching my sticky sheet just to some thin, cheap cardstock, because it's just going to be covered up anyway. So I'm going to cut this square, which is just slightly bigger than that panel. So I've got my panel and a sticky one. So I'm going to make one more layer out of my gunmetal grey. Now I'm thinking I'm going to have a big layer later on. So I'm going to cut my A1 at the same time. So I'm going to trim this down just so it fits through my machine. Now rather than waste the grey, because I'm only going to see a little border later on, I'm going to cut this one out of the centre. There we go. Ooh, bit of a tangle. So here's my small frame. and this will be my matting layer later on. And once I got my squares out, let's cut my B1, so my largest B from this patterned paper. I've got pierced squares everywhere now. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got. Let's get my 8x8 card in. So you can see the A1 is a perfect matting layer for an 8x8. Then the B1 is just an 1/8 of an inch smaller. Then I've got a smaller square cut out from what would have just been hidden by the pattern paper. I've got a sticky piece and my cubes. So I'm just gonna take off my sticky sheet. There. Lay it down flat. And now I'm going to position this carefully. I'm going to hover because I'll only get one chance with this because the sheet is really sticky. There we are. I'm going to take the piece I pulled off earlier. I'm just going to pat it down. Now this needs a little bit of something, so I'm going to add some sparkle. So I got my Cosmic Shimmer glitter bits. They're frosted sparkle, so it's just going to be a nice clear white. I'm going to rub it into that sticky sheet, and because this square is a bit larger, we're going to get a nice glittered matting layer too. I mean, you could have added a coloured one here, but I think I quite like the softer look. So I'm just going to pull these bits back in. And just going to make sure it's burnished right down. And now you can see this was a piece of waste printed card from another project. Because it was covered in glitter, it didn't have to be the best. And now with the gunmetal grey, now these flowers go in all directions, so I don't think there is a correct way up or down. And now I'm going to want to be careful because there's no centre to that grey because I gutted it earlier. So what I'm going to do is take the glue around the edge of that and around the inside of my grey piece. That's not straight at all. Let's do it again. See if we can get it better this time. There we are. And attach it to my card base. Make sure it's open it. Yep, the correct way. And there we have it. Our card made basically using the waste from another card. You can see this sparkle and shine from the glitter bits. So now let's cut some of these hibiscus flowers. You might see first of all if they look okay from the pattern paper. Now, I think they get a bit lost with the paper, so I'm just going to go and grab some white card. I'll be right back. So here I found some white cardstock with a linen effect, which will look nice, and I've also grabbed my Mermaid Lagoon Distress Oxide, which I think will tie in nicely with the pattern paper, and a smoothie, because these dies covered already and I've only just been handling it. Nice big open areas to emboss. Now, rather than grab the embossing mat and things, what you can do is grab some scrap paper. This is what I used earlier to transfer my glitter back, and if you put it underneath your cardstock, that paper will push up through and give you the embossed effect. So before I take it out, what I'm going to do is get some of the Distress Oxide. Got my wax paper from earlier just to take some off. I don't want to be too harsh. I just want a hint of that blue. And then just curve them. So you can see the embossed bit just from using the paper. So let's have a look. As I said, this one isn't planned this far through, so let's have a look how our papers are looking better single. So let's have another small one. And let's cut some of the leaves while we're at it. So I'm trying to slide my plate off. So I've just got enough ink on the tip of this already. Here I can see the embossing as well. I'll just add a little bit more to catch those edges. Do the same with these ones. And the leaves. Let's take the harsh edge away again. Put the distress oxide away. Let's bring back our card. Let's just shape this one. That's quite nice laid up. What should we do? Should we just go for the one? Actually, I think I will. Let's just blue it up a little bit more. So there we are. Change of plan. That's what it's all about. So let's add the leaf in. And the other one down here. So I'll add a pearl there later on. I haven't got one on me right now. And I've got this happy birthday sentiment we can use across here. Let's use our gunmetal grey and the blue. So we've got the happy, and birthday. Let's go with some glue. So for a change, I think I've used any foam tape or anything. And other than the flower, it's all stuck on flat. I think the layers give it enough dimension. And some glue on the back. And there we have it. A card made using the waste from another card. I think it makes a nice little focal element. And if you have a go, make sure you share with me. Thanks a lot.